Johnny G, bro.
Ooh, baby, I like it. Ooh. Yeah, baby, I like it. Ooh, baby, I like it. Ooh. Yeah, baby, I like it. Ooh.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good afternoon, good night. This is I Like It Raw, your Monday Night Raw review show here on Hamin Media Group, exclusively on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. I am not alone. I'm joined by my brother from down under. For some reason, I can't unmute your mics. It says, can't unmute your guest mics because they chose to mute themselves. Oh, how adorable is that? My brother from down under, ladies and gentlemen, the one and the only Jimmy T from the PWC, who never had HIV, allegedly. What's going on, buddy? And we're not alone either, but, you know.
Oh, settle down, Ray. I mean, allegedly, I never had HIV, but I am Jimmy T of the PWC. But more importantly, I'm happy to be back to I Like It Raw because just like everybody here in the chat and everybody else watching and listening, we all like it raw. I mean, surely, right?
We do. No rubbers. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by the one and the only, ladies and gentlemen. He is the king of all media here in HMG. He's the founder of the Suck My Balls podcast, the South Park podcast, by the way. I just woke up, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't really had much of my coffee. Speaking of coffee, he is your cup of morning coffee every Monday here on The Locker Room, ladies and gentlemen. Is the one and the only. It is Matthew Schaffer. Gage, how are you, sir?
Yeah, we're back. I'm back.
Oh.
Thanks for having me on. Oh, but wrong podcast. That's what Colin would do. I don't know. That's right. That's the joke here.
Yeah, Colin's an idiot. So, Jimmy, I was told.
Wait, hold on. I just want to say that, first time I've ever seen that Unholy Union, I want the Scottish lady raw on my face.
Which one?
The redheaded one? Big old.
Oh yeah.
lady?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
What's
like
the
it raw. I like it raw with her.
What's her name again? What's the name again? Jimmy? What is it?
Alba Fire?
No, not Alba Fire.
The other one. The other one. I forgot her name, dude. To be honest.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. There you go.
Yeah, I forgot her name.
Yeah, nobody remembers.
Someone in the chat knows. Come on, man.
We'll figure it out. So Jimmy, I was told by Matthew Schaffer that when you hit that little gimmick in the settings, the audio settings that says, what do you call it? It says reduce background noise. Apparently that messes with your audio. I didn't know that.
Actually, I'm glad you brought that up, MSG, man. I want to talk to you off the air about that because I'm sure you'd be the expert
Here we go.
when it comes to this shit. But we'll talk about that off the air.
Yeah, basically, just not to go down the rabbit hole, but if you have a board, like we do, have a Roadcaster board, if you look at
I've got the
settings,
same board.
Right, if you look in the settings, it says do not turn this off unless you have a high-quality microphone and are wearing headphones. So if you're doing all that and you're reducing the background, like your board will do it for you. Like the Roadcaster has settings in the board. So you don't want to double up the settings of reducing the background noise twice, because then it'll cut in and out like when you're talking. That's all.
So that's what causes it. All right, now I get it.
There you go.
All right, thanks for that little tip. But I still want to ask you one more thing when we get off anyway.
Oh,
thanks
Jesus. What is this? Tool time with freaking Matthew Schaffer?
Isla Dawn?
Isla Dawn, yes.
Isla Dawn, yeah, she's the redhead.
Oh, that's the one. Isla Dawn.
I'd like to don her.
I used to speak to Vet and say that she has like that nasty, sexiness, like she'll spit in your mouth and choke you.
She was the only sexy red on the show last night for sure.
Oh yeah, sexy red.
Oh honestly, man, I don't know how
Pound Town.
If anyone finds her attractive, man, seriously, she looks like trash, straight up.
Jesus. Anyway. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first week in many, many years that Monday Night Raw went to 2 hours. We're going to discuss...
That's why I'm here.
We're going to discuss how digestible the show was, the pacing of the show, so on and so forth. But before we do any of that, ladies and gentlemen, we got to do what we do every single week here. And first, before I even do that, Jimmy, really quickly, can you just run down who we got in the chat?
Yeah, man, absolutely. So let's start from the very beginning. We start off with Frank Pickles Barrel's ass saying hello, Mr. Baseball and Mr. Meat. How is Judge doing?
Oh,
We've
shut
also
up.
got Chris Willand saying I like it raw last night for 2 hours. Yes, boy.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Dan Efron joining
Mm-hmm.
us. And we've also got Zane Vicious, the master and ruler of the
Of the
world.
world. Mm.
And look at this guy. Who's that Shafter guy over there saying what's up?
Shafter?
I believe he's also this Matt Shafter guy.
Oh,
Not sure who that is, but he's in the house also. And of
allegedly.
course the coldest blooded of them all, cold blooded, is in the
Mm-hmm.
house also. And I think
For
we
now.
got Canada Spaceman also and Mike Martin in the house. And that covers it for now.
For now, people will start pouring in as they did last week, and we want to thank you guys, and we want to ask you guys to please smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen, as the kids say here on the
Hit that
YouTubes.
subscribe. You'll
Yeah.
let us know.
That would be
Notification bell,
amazing.
all that stuff.
That would be great. Are you talking through your microphone or are you talking through your computer mic, Matt?
That's a good question. I can check.
Yeah, because
I'm not talking through my computer.
You know, it sounds like it.
no, now he is.
How about now?
Now he is. I knew it.
Beautiful.
I knew it. Let's start the show over.
Beautiful.
Oh, baby, I like it raw. All right.
All right, do it again.
Really,
All right,
really.
ladies and gentlemen. Well, listen. That was it's good to know. I was like, damn, Matt sounds like shit. Never sounds like shit.
Thank you.
We figured it out, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen.
No way he just said that.
Go ahead.
Oh, there's way he said that. There's way. Speaking of that, we have a ton of things to talk about. So let's just jump into the news. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's just quickly run down this news because we have a bunch of stuff to talk about. So some of the rumors and news of the day, people were speculating whether the AJ Styles injury was legit or not. I had thought that it was. I probably got worked or whatever. But it says after initially reporting that AJ Styles' injury on last Friday night's Raw was a work, our boy SRS posted on X and confirmed that Styles was legit hurt in his match with Carmelo Hayes. And our friend added that the WWE source told him the flip where AJ sold the knee was to be a work. The move where he landed on the knee was legit. And that's what I
So
thought.
it's legit.
I was having a conversation with Billy Ray and Colin, and Billy Ray thought it was a work. I was like, dude, I don't know. I'm not too sure. But no, man, that's
Well, everyone I worked with this past week thought I was a mark tard for thinking it was a shoot.
Huh.
So who's the mark tard now, boys?
Oh, you still are.
Yeah.
You still are.
You're the Mark Tard, and that's
No, allegedly.
accurate.
Come on.
Depending on the severity of this injury, I'll go with Matt. I'll go with Matt first. Matt, do you think this? I mean, is this it for AJ Styles? So depending, I mean, if it's like an injury that takes him out for a year, do you think AJ quits after this, or do you think he'll try to have one last run? What do you think?
I don't think he's done by any means. I think this is a work. So
Still.
I mean, but to answer your specific question, if he is injured, I have a hard time right now taking anything that SRS says seriously after he falsely outed a person for being a pedophile that was not a pedophile on Twitter this last week. So, and then he, whatever, apologized.
Joe
in the
Biden?
DMs. No, SRS.
Oh,
So I have a hard time right now believing anything any of these writers say online. But if he is injured, I could still see him trying to come back. He's not going to want to go out like that. He's going to want at least one last run, one last match to like cement his career. And the rumors, of course, were also going around that with the TNA relationship that they were trying to introduce, to do something there with NXT and AJ Styles in TNA, which I think would be cool. To see AJ head back to the Impact Zone. We haven't seen that in almost a decade, so that'd be cool.
Jimmy, would you put the TNA World Title on AJ for a short run?
Well, I would. Why not? It would absolutely boost TNA if they were to do that right now. Plus, it'd be a great sort of farewell for AJ and TNA wrestling. So yeah, I would. Just Just only for marketing purposes. I absolutely would.
Yeah, I think. Do you think it would be a good move, Matt, if you were to do that, or that's something you would stay away from if you were TNA?
I probably, if I'm TNA, wouldn't put any championships on another professional wrestler that's not in my promotion. I think we saw how that worked out when they put the title on Christian Cage while he was working with the AEW. There wasn't really too much of a beneficial crossover there. Now, granted, TNA and WWE's relationship has been a lot better, but still, I don't see them putting a championship on the other person unless like that person is officially going to be done. Like Jordan Grace, if she's the women's championship and then like loses it to another NXT performer as she's leaving the company of TNA,
Right.
maybe I could see that, but I don't. But again, there's no real upside to putting your championship belt on another contracted wrestler that's not in your company.
I agree. We have Mike Martin, the Mighty Bobo, Canada Spaceman, who joined us late. What's going on, guys? People are pouring in right now. It's about 7 a.m. on the West Coast here in New York City. I mean, the West Coast, and it's about 10 a.m. here in New York City. So just oh, and I just wanted to send some love and some prayers out to the people in Florida right now. Reached out to April Hunter, reached out to my cousins, Vito, Noel, everybody, all our friends and family down there, bro. This is gonna be not good. So, especially April. She lives
Helene, right?
Yeah, well, no, this one is was it starts with an M, like Martin or something like that.
Oh shit.
And yeah, it's following. It's like bigger. So anyway, it's a category 5
So we
hurricane.
went after Helene, and now this thing is coming right after that one.
Yeah.
Damn,
So it's gonna be
that's
pretty.
harsh.
Also, I just want to clarify for the record today, the only acceptable teams to talk about on this podcast are the Yankees and the Dodgers. If we're talking baseball, all the other teams don't matter.
Not Mets.
Who? Don't matter. Who?
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm
Doesn't
just from
matter.
Australia. I
What's
don't know anything. Don't
what
worry.
is
All good. All good.
what is Mets? What is that?
The Metropolitans from the
I don't know what that is.
metropolitan area or something.
I don't know what that is.
Ah, well,
Nobody
doesn't matter.
nobody knows
That's
that.
still good.
There must be like a minor league team. But yeah, man, just thinking about that. So
shout
check
out
this
to
out.
Florida. Shout out to North Carolina. Still getting the help they need, hopefully, from all the citizens, because apparently the local government is not able to get in there for whatever reason. I'm not here to be that guy. Allegedly. But something might be going on. I don't know.
It's a little weird. I mean, a week and a half away from voting for president of the United States. Yeah, just weird. But neither here nor
check
there.
it out. Hamin YouTube. Anyway, go ahead.
This is not a conspiracy.
No, of course not.
Theory podcast. So anyway, so let's fast forward, and we are going to quickly break down Bad Blood 2024. But before we do, and then we'll review Raw. But Drew McIntyre was banged up after he was busted open the hard way, as they say in the biz, at Bad Blood. When you guys, well, you know what? Let's save that for the discussion during the pay-per-view review. Let's see here. It says WWE is pleased with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, the post-Bad Blood fight, according to Fightful Select. Let me see. It says company officials thought it looked real and spontaneous, which helped generate buzz for the moment. So if you guys don't know what happened, basically, I'll just put it out there, and then we'll go to Jimmy and then Matt. They had fans secretly record Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes backstage after the pay-per-view. And long story short, Kevin Owens, they got into a spat, and Kevin Owens started beating the shit out of Cody Rhodes. Well, that being said, Jimmy, do you think this is a cool way of promoting an upcoming heel turn or so on and so forth? Something that we've discussed many times on other wrestling shows where, somebody's having a private discussion. It doesn't seem real that there's a camera right in the room, but everybody has a cell phone camera. I think Ben Hamin has been touting this for many, many years. Why don't we utilize, reality in this unreal world of professional wrestling? Your thoughts on this thing? Did you like it? Did you see it?
Well, funny enough, I didn't see it initially, but it got broken to us while doing a show, unironically. But when I did see it, I actually do like it because there's the people that do complain, oh, but you should have had it on television. You have more eyeballs and blah blah blah. Come on, guys. Is Kevin Owens turning on Cody going to bring extra eyeballs? I don't think so.
Yes.
I mean, let's just be real, right? So, yeah, I'm not hating on this. I actually don't mind it at all, and actually came across pretty good for a fan, Cam, if you know what I mean.
What do you think there, Matt?
So I think that while this was, of course, set up by the WWE, I definitely think WWE took a risk in this situation because I
Agree.
don't think those fans were plants. I think that WWE went
Oh, you
these
don't
guys
think?
no, I think that WWE
Oh.
took a risk in thinking, hey, you know what? There's gonna be people outside of the
I agree
arena
with Matt.
watching people
Wow.
go
I
in and
agree,
out of
man.
the shows. So let's take a risk. Let's plan something and let's see if the fans will get it and they'll take the video for it and throw it
100%.
up on social media. And that's what I think did. And I think it worked out well in that regard.
Mhm.
However, if you don't go online and you don't research or see any of that stuff, if you didn't, just like myself, you turned off Bad Blood and that was your night, you didn't go on Twitter and you didn't read stuff, you get a text message from your friend, hey, did you see that Kevin Owens attacked Cody Rhodes in the parking lot? You're like, what? That wasn't on Bad Blood. Was that at the press conference? No, it wasn't at the press conference. It was on social media. I saw it on Bleacher Report. I'm like, what? So, I mean, that was a little odd just to get the news that way. But in the, I guess the full picture of it, I thought it worked out well. And I thought it was unique and something new.
Well, speaking of technology,
I-
speaking of, well, go ahead, Jimmy. Go ahead.
I was going to say I agree 100% with Matt. I think the same thing. I think
Interesting.
there was already a fan that was recording it, but I wouldn't have said they took a risk. I just would have assumed they already knew people would have been recording, so then, they went ahead and did it.
Well,
But they
the
could have
risk
taken a
is getting
risk,
good
like,
footage. The risk is getting good
Right,
footage. People who
exactly.
actually know how to film on their camera, on their phones and stuff like that.
Well,
But the-
look at the incident back in '96 at MSG, the curtain call.
Yeah,
That was a fan footage, and you
there
telling me
was.
they didn't record that? I guarantee you they recorded that, but they still went with the
Yeah, no,
with the
that Jimmy's
fan
right. I mean, I'm sure there was a WWE camera around as well, just to film,
Just in
in
case.
case. Yeah,
Right. I agree. I agree with that. But at the same time, man, remember everybody carries 4K cameras, at least 1080p cameras in their pockets
Well,
at
100.
all times.
not unless
So,
you got the Obama phone, then you can't do
Well.
that. Sorry.
nobody can do
The
anything with it. The Mighty Bobbo jumps in. He says, let's see what Mighty Bobbo says here. He says the couple of wrestling fans, at my job didn't know anything about KO beating up Cody until I told
Wow.
them about it this morning. Then Mike Martin jumps in and says, same difference, Jimmy. Y'all saying the same thing. So apparently, some people didn't know, which is fine. But they
Well, dude, I didn't see it till yesterday, to be honest. So Revamped, shout out to Revamped, by the way. He's the one that broke it to me. If he didn't tell me, I wouldn't have seen it till I was watching Raw. So-
Here's what I don't understand though, and I think Vet may be kind of pulling this up. What does this angle do for the standard phony television wrestling turns? And he's right, because
He's
when
right.
Wade Barrett was starting to talk about it, Joe Tessitore cut him off and then just said Triple H put out a statement. So again, if they're not going to show it on TV and you didn't watch it online, you're like, what are they talking about? So they're trying to drive traffic, I guess, to their website or something.
So then you'll go online to look for it. Opinion Haver. Speaking of Opinion Haver, that's the vet.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, as soon as we're done here, head over to the Opinion Haver on twitch.tv/Opinion Haver, ladies and gentlemen. Well, he will be gaming. He will be doing some type of playing some type of video game. What is he playing today? Who knows? He says, okay, what does this angle do for the standard of phony televised wrestling turns, Matt?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It does nothing, because
Nothing.
we weren't shown anything. If
Right.
you're a casual viewer who didn't go on the internet, turned off Bad Blood on Saturday night because you subscribed to Peacock, and now you're turning on Raw for the first 2-hour Raw in a decade, you're
Mhm.
walking away going, wait, what?
Yeah.
And now, I granted, both those competitors are on SmackDown, so they're maybe, we got to wait till SmackDown. But still, if you're not even going to show the footage to drum up interest to watch SmackDown and see what the fallout is, then to the vet's point, yeah, what does it do? What does the turn do? It doesn't, because it's not on television, and therefore the larger audience didn't see it at hand.
Well, just quietly, I got this thing right again as well. I called this was going to happen, and it did. So I'm just calling it out there.
Exactly. Is every turn going to be handled internally? Because that was the message that they said on commentary. We're handling this thing internally. What does that mean? Everything is on. You're an entertainment company. Everything is shown internally. This isn't a corporate, stock exchange or something like that. Come on.
It is a publicly distributed company owned by the fans. Anyway, let's move on real quickly, guys, because we have a ton to go through. We have so let's look at this AEW or ANW, as the great Danhausen once said. Rest in peace, Danhausen. He's not dead. His career at AEW is, though. With Chris Statlander going solo again, for a program with Mercedes Monet. I don't know who the hell that is. They were asked. The media was asked at a Q&A why AEW dropped stats on screen partnership with Stokely What the hell is going on? Stokely Hathaway. One of these media people replied that it wasn't an option. What's going on here? Mercedes Monet. Who are these people? Chris Statlander. What is that?
Statlander. Isn't that a razor company, Statlander?
I don't know. I don't know. Matt, do you listen? You watch ANW, right? Like, it's very, very nice, very evil.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And I watched AEW last week. I think I watched the episode last week. The main event was Okada versus Danielson. Was that last week? With the 20 minutes of the first part of the match being the Intercontinental Breakfast Championship.
Oh,
and
the
last
dude.
20 minutes being the actual world title. Yeah, I didn't see anything about Monet and Statlander.
I gotta ask you guys something. I haven't watched AEW in like 3 years. Did they do the thing where they like flip past each other and land like Spider-Man, or no?
That was Osprey and Ricochet.
They did do that.
They did that?
Yeah,
they did not do that.
Bro.
Yeah, they did
Shut
it.
the
did that.
freaking hell up.
I swear they did it.
Did he did it.
Yeah, they done a freak off, man, and and they had to do that shit. And if you want to know more about what we thought, well, you can check out this week's
HMG Sunday Morning Wreckage.
That's it. And the opinion haver himself, the vet.
Hey, check this out. I know this guy because he used to wrestle in the WWE. This guy Keith Lee, still hasn't been cleared to return to in-ring action due to an undisclosed medical issue. Multiple reports are saying that Lee is still under contract with AEW.
Get your Bearcats up. Get your Bearcats up.
The OG Bearcat.
Get your Bearcats up. Exactly.
Is that how you do it?
OG.
Yeah, that's it.
That's fine.
Real.
All right. Anybody care about Keith Lee? No.
You don't just chop off somebody's fireman.
Nah.
That's what I got to say about it. So
that's fair. After John Moxley, who is this John Moxley?
Oh, AK
You mean
Dean
Russell
Ambrose.
Crowe?
Oh, Dean Ambrose. He still wrestles?
Yeah, he
That's
wrestles
awesome.
with John Moxley. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's cool, man. All right. At least he's doing something.
He's a skinhead now, but boys, he's a skinhead. Remember that. He's all
whoa, that's a big.
That's on the legend.
Matt gets he gets cut off there. I think Matt's frozen.
The Illuminati got to him.
Yeah, he has a nice smile. Matt does. After John Moxley recently successfully trademarked their old Switchblade Conspiracy team name from the Indies, speculation is that Sami Callihan will join Mox.
No.
Oh boy! All right, I was gonna go to Matt, but let's go to Jimmy first. Jimmy, you seem very angry.
Go to Matt. I don't even want to talk about him.
Oh
go
no,
to Matt, please.
What's going on?
Yeah,
I mean, like that doesn't really make sense. Why would Sami Callihan join the Blackpool the Black Cock Club? Why would he join that club? I don't understand.
The BBC.
Yeah, I don't know why he would join that club. It doesn't make sense. Like he's not from Britain and he's not affiliated with William Regal like the rest of the wrestlers are.
Hold on,
AEW, bro.
Good Irish guy like Sami Callihan. Is it from England or wherever?
No, that's Sami O'Callahan.
Oh. Sami Callihan's from Ohio. What? Like he's an Ohio white boy.
Is that part of Blackpool?
I don't think so. Definitely not. I don't know. Where's Rick? But Rick could tell us next time. I'll ask him.
The Ohio.
All right, look, I'll tell you why this makes sense, actually, Matt. First of all, Dino the Machino Ambrose have got a long history with Sami Callihan. As a matter of fact, they're actually very close friends. They go way back to the.
I don't need the history.
The wrestling days.
I don't need the history.
Well, AEW doesn't give you the history, so I am.
Who are you giving the history to? Everybody in this chat room knows. Come on, we all know the history of Sami Callihan and Mox. God.
Do they? I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure we got some smart fans that they've been watching and listening to Hamin Media Group for over a decade.
No doubt.
We have some dissension here. And we have some dissension here live.
I've had enough.
I like it, bro.
Callahan.
We're almost done here. So Sami Callihan and all right, and finally Kurt Angle told WFAN, which is a very famous radio gimmick here in New York City and all over the United States. It says, let me see, WFAN's Daniel McCartan, that he's working with directors Ian and Esham Nelms on a biopic that focuses on his youth and Olympic career, but not his pro wrestling one. A script is written and they're recruiting investors. Wow. So Kurt Angle, if you guys don't know, is my favorite wrestler of all time. He's my number one guy, above everybody, above Hulk Hogan, above Ric Flair.
Number one.
He's my number one. Yes, he break your back and make you humble. Love Kurt Angle. I would love to see a biopic on his focusing on his youth. That's something that's new. It's fresh. It's something I've never had before, never seen before. What are you holding up there, Jimmy?
Ironically, as you were saying that, I was holding my Kurt Angle WWE 2K20 autographed
nice
card. Legit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did it come with a COVID mask?
You know what? This is the mask right here for the card. Like it's a magnetic mask that you put over the card. Then it's got another thing in there. Yeah. Toxic and well, actually, I don't want to say it. Koof free.
Your thoughts, man?
Quietly, but the game was sick though, and I mean that literally. It wasn't good.
I'm actually I don't know what we're talking about anymore. I've lost my train of thought. What was the Kurt Angle? Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I'm a big Kurt Angle fan. In fact, like my dad growing, as a child, growing into adolescence, teenage, he doesn't like wrestling. Never been a big wrestling fan, but he liked Kurt Angle because obviously Kurt Angle, won the 1996 Olympics with a broken freaking neck. So like he's a big fan. Yeah, he's a big fan of Kurt Angle. So like that was kind of like the bridge that allowed me to like watch wrestling at that time or certain times. I'd be like, oh, Kurt Angle, blah blah blah. But it depends on what they do for his movie. I don't want to see Kurt Angle child. I want to see Kurt Angle teenage years into the Olympics. I'd be okay with that. But I don't want to see like 5 and 6 year old Kurt Angle's live. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't need to know his childhood.
At the age of 5, Kurt Angle took down his elementary school kindergarten teacher with a double leg takedown.
Woo!
He was a natural, right? He was a natural.
Just laughing.
In the first grade, he would steal everybody's milk, smash them together, and drink them, pouring milk all over his Oshkosh Big Gosh t-shirt. Anyway, yeah, man. I mean, I don't care. I mean, give me more Kurt Angle. I think Kurt Angle that's the one person, dude. I gotta just shake his hand before I leave this planet. He's one of my favorites of all time. I think he's just.
And he's apparently a really good person, or like a nice guy. Like my buddy Mighty just met him like a couple months ago at a sign and greet, and like my buddy Mighty works out, and the first thing Kurt Angle says, he goes, "Damn boy, you should be working out. You should be in the ring." So he's apparently a very nice, sweet guy. So
that's
Angle.
nice,
yeah,
man.
It's always nice about him too, man.
Yeah, I heard that when you met Jimmy touches your genitalia.
Yeah, that's weird. It's an Australian thing. It's called Down Under. It's called the Down Under for a reason.
I literally was licking his balls, and that's why I called his podcast that.
Yeah, Jimmy, your audio is a little shitty right now. You might want to back out and come back in. I don't know if you want to do that.
Oh no! All right, no worries.
It's your internet. Just back out and come back in. And while Jimmy is doing that, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think there's any more important news of the day. So we're gonna jump right into as part of the news today. We'll review Bad Blood, which happened this past weekend, 2024, ladies and gentlemen. Bad Blood, and we're gonna give you some quick results. We're gonna give you some quick. I think we made some predictions and stuff. Matt, we'll jump right into what I thought was gonna be the main event of the evening. But it wasn't.
Yeah.
It kicked off the show with possibly, in my humble opinion, Matt, and I'm going to say my opinion and listen to you boys, brother, this is Hell in a Cell. This is what it was always meant to be. Now, you look great, Jimmy. You look great now. This is what Hell in a Cell was always meant to be. This is the end all be all. Guys bleeding in the ring or girls bleeding in the ring, beating the living shit out of each other, just barely walking out, oxygen over their mouths. CM Punk goes over Drew McIntyre. Jimmy said that he thought Drew McIntyre win, and then he convinced me that Drew McIntyre would win, even though I felt in my gut that CM Punk would win. I'm going to go with Jimmy first because I'm going to test his audio. Jimmy, what did you think of this match? CM Punk over Drew McIntyre. You had CM Punk pull out the little, what is it, the little parts of his fucking bracelet and shove them down Drew McIntyre's mouth. Drew McIntyre bleeds the hard way. If you saw the gruesome pictures, I'm gonna pull that up. And show it right here.
I saw it on Twitter.
Your thoughts, brother, of this match, man?
Well, first of all, do I sound like shit or do I sound better?
Great. You sound great.
Okay, that's
Seriously.
good. That's good. Well, first of all, this could be a candidate for match of the year.
Hmm.
Honestly, it had it all. It told the story. Look, it went for a little long. Don't get me wrong. It probably went close to 50 minutes. It was a long match, but it done everything it was meant to do. It had blood. It had the drama. It told the story. Heck, it even had a bunch of near falls that I usually hate. But nevertheless, the whole match was a chef kiss. And you know what? In some ways, it kind of surprised me because at CM Punk's age, the fact that he can still go and pull off matches like this actually impresses me, man. So I just hope it doesn't take a whole bunch of months off his career because, man, these two work their asses off, man. And as far as Drew McIntyre goes, damn it, man, he's got to be in some ways the fifth man award winner if there is one in WWE because he's lost a lot of feuds,
Hmm.
but he's hit them all out the park, dude. If that makes any sense. So I think he's your like fifth man of the year award winner if there was one in WWE. Put it that way. Just like I thought Priest was last year.
So
If
I'm
you
gonna
wanted
throw
to
this
have
up.
like a comparison,
I'm gonna throw this up, Jimmy. Let's take a look at this, guys. Look at this thing.
yeah,
Holy shit! Look
Gnarly.
at those
that's
staples,
shocking.
cheese and crackers, man. That is bad. Matt, I thought this was a damn good fight between these two people that absolutely hated each other. What did you think of this match, Matt?
Yeah, I watched the match from beginning to end. It kept my attention the whole time. I walked away going, "Wow, this might be the best Hell in a Cell I've seen in like a decade."
Right?
It
Easy
was
by
it
far,
was
actually.
as I was watching, as someone who watches AEW every week, I started drawing the comparison. I went, man, it's interesting because AEW at times overly uses blood, whereas
Hmm.
WWE is very selective about it, and when they use
Right.
it, it actually makes sense to
Means
the
something.
it makes sense to the match. As Ben Hamin says, a blood feud, right, sells tickets, and this was a blood feud between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. So for it to culminate in such a way, it made sense part of the storyline. It made sense in regards to the graphic use of the weapons that they would get, cut open and be bleeding everywhere. I thought this was a fantastic match. I also want to point out that, my God, early on in that match, when the table was flipped over and Drew McIntyre was taking bumps on table legs, I was
Oh
like, and you
my
could see
god.
the imprint in his back. I was like, damn, that's some bumps. Like, that's going to take off a year or two off your bump card.
What about the spot where CM Punk has the table legs in his hands and they had that little piece of table leg like a spike? It like he was gonna make a mistake and drive it through Drew McIntyre's face. Also, me and Aiden were watching the pay-per-view together, and the spot where Drew McIntyre takes a front flip bump onto the edge back first of the steel steps that were in the ring. I mean, you could sever a spine. I mean,
These guys did everything
wow.
you could but exit the cage and climb it and jump off of it,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yep.
This was a really
Exactly.
good, well together put match. It was also being reported that it was Chris Parks, formerly known as Abyss, that was the producer of this match.
There you go. That's
So
why it
that
was
would
great.
that would make sense as somebody who's done years and years of Monsters Ball matches. And I do agree with you, Ray. You started off by saying you expected this to be the main event. Me too.
Mhm.
And based
Mhm.
on what we saw, I still think it could have been. I still think you could have done the tag team match before, have the big reveal, and then go to the main event. You could have gone home happy. But I get it. You got to save it for the final boss, so you got to start the crowd hot. And if they're going to start it with the quote unquote second best option, this would be it, the Hell in a Cell match.
All right,
Not just
Jimmy,
that, I
any
think it
thoughts?
gives them more time to do things too, in some ways, starting first compared to later on. But I agree
But
with
there was only
MSG,
5
man.
matches, though. There was only 5 matches, so every
That's
match
right.
had a
True.
lot of time to deal with if they wanted it.
But
So
in saying that, no,
in
you're right.
saying that,
Absolutely, man.
you're sitting Dutch right now. So your camera is sitting Dutch.
That's what
I
she
mean,
said.
animal.
All right, let's fast
Ooh.
forward to,
No.
in my opinion, what I thought was the sloppiest match of the night. We have Bailey versus Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship, and Nia Jax does go over. I'm not going to get into this. We do have Tiffany Stratton does the run-in. We know the whole deal that Nia Jax is shocked that Tiffany Stratton would dare to maybe perhaps cash in the Money in the Bank gimmick. And then Nia Jax hitting the avalanche Samoan drop, for the win. Listen, I'll go to Matt first. Matt, I thought this match was. It's weird because I was entertained, almost like a slow car crash. I made this analogy many times in other podcasts that you see the car slowly rolling down the like it's out of control but it's going only 22 miles an hour and you see it's going to go over the cliff and it just slowly rolls down the cliff but I couldn't take my eyes off of it. Why, Matt? Why couldn't I take my eyes off of it? And do you agree that this was just like Nia Jax needs to just drop this belt? The girl's tried her best. She's gotten great shape. She looks wonderful aesthetically, but my goodness, Stiffsky. What do you think there, Matt?
I mean, I watched it,
right? Yeah.
and then there was the end where they did the pretend cash in or whatever, where Tiffany Stratton comes out and interferes, and then Nia Jax turns around while Tiffy is holding the briefcase. Ha ha ha. So they're creating the dissension there, I guess, is what we take away from the match. I honestly didn't know Nia Jax was the champ. I forgot she was the champ. Like,
we all did.
Yeah, I would like when Samantha Irvine was like, and still, I was like, oh, still. I thought maybe she just finally beat Bayley.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I didn't really take away anything from this match. Personally, I'm not a big fan of either Nia Jax or Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton, to me, just reminds me of the California girls I grew up around. Like they look very pretentious.
See that?
Yeah. They have that. I'm like God type Valley Girl talk. Are you ready?
Where's
like,
my tuckies?
like Mercedes Moné style. So like I I'm not a big fan of that jargon. But Nia Jax wins. There you go.
Jimmy, your thoughts,
Oh my
Jimmy?
God. Well, I'm not going to say I'm not a fan of Tiffy. I think she's got a huge future ahead of her. And you know what, Matt? I know she talks like a fucking idiot. Let's be honest. But that's the whole point, though. I mean, she's a heel. She's supposed to get under your skin, even though the fans love her. And you know what? She's been trained by a Gunya, for crying out loud. Not Vern Gunya, but still his son, Greg Gunya.
Mhm.
So she's got the pedigree, man. So she definitely has the pedigree. And as far as Nia Jax goes,
Gagne is now. I thought Gagne was
fatter.
I thought Gagne was the relief pitcher for the Dodgers. He's training people now.
He was the relief pitcher.
Yeah,
of the
that's what I'm
Dodgers.
saying. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Big
Relief
old grind.
feature.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, Jimmy! What are you
is that-
doing, Jimmy? This is a PG show. In the crowd, man, we had a couple of people, man. We're gonna see some legends throughout the day. We have Jacqueline, Lily Garcia, Booker T, some of the legends on the side of the gimmick there. We also had X-Pac, Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson in the crowd, and we move into the Damian Priest Finn Balor match. And
didn't we have Mike the Killer or Killer Mike?
Sure, why not?
Killer Mike.
Yes, we did.
Mike.
We did. And we had all of Atlanta's hip hop, sort of scene there. Literally, everybody was there from Atlanta that was a rapper. So, yeah.
This is fucking hilarious.
Dang.
Bobo
There you
says
go.
that Tiffany's
Wobble.
face looks like Chad Squidward. If you don't know what that is, this is when Squidward got hit in the face
to
so
be
hard he
fair-
became extremely handsome. What?
Her without makeup would be pretty, I think she'd be pretty easy.
She
That's
is very
me.
pretty. She
Where's
looks better
Tiffany's-
without makeup than she does with makeup.
Where's
I haven't
Tiffany
seen her without
Stratton
makeup,
from?
so I don't know.
Where's Tiffany Stratton?
Minnesota.
I have no idea.
Minnesota, I'm
Minnesota.
pretty sure.
Minnesota. Interesting.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure. I could be wrong.
Minnesota, eh? Don't you know?
Jimmy, you,
Minnesota, eh? Yes.
you can look that up, Jimmy.
Okay. all right,
Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, and honestly, this for me, I love this match. I thought this was a solid match between two guys. In the ring, we had Damian Priest. He does hit the South of Heaven. JD McDonough did the run-in. We had Carlito. We had the Judgment Day trying to do the run-in, but neither here nor there. Damian Priest does, as so he should, in my opinion, beat Finn Balor. Matt, does this end the feud between them? Does this keep the fire going between Finn Balor, Damian Priest? Did you enjoy this match? So many questions, and I'm looking for answers, brother.
I've got one answer. I actually pretty much had the match on in the background. Didn't really watch it.
Oh, that's terrible. How dare you?
I'm not invested into this. I'm not invested into this Balor Priest. I've never been a big fan of Damian Priest. I've been saying it for a while.
Wow.
Sorry, guy doesn't know how to cut a promo. I'm sorry, can't talk on the mic.
He doesn't know cues either.
He's
apparently.
He's awkward. So like, and as far as entertainment goes, I'm sorry, it sounds like to me it's a guy trying to play big man, scary professional wrestler. It doesn't feel authentic and real when he's talking.
So
he sounds good in his documentaries. Like, I'll give him that. Like, I want to see that. If that was more Damian Priest on TV, but when he's on TV, he plays that I'm that big man and I'm this guy and I'm gonna beat you up and I'm the terror twin, Damian Priest. I'm just like, okay.
Shit. What's going on here?
Just quietly. She's from Minnesota officially, so yeah, I was right the first time.
Okay, great. That's awesome.
Well, Jimmy, you said this is your favorite match of all time, right?
Is your favorite match?
Oh yeah, the best match of all time, absolutely. No, look, I'm not going to be as harsh as Matt is on Damian Priest. I get where he's coming from, though. He can be a bit of a klutz, you know what I mean? He comes across as clumsy at times. He doesn't. I mean, how many times does he screw up a finish, dude? 3 times at least I've seen him screw up.
I mean, I don't really. I mean, I'm not going to analyze his wrestling because I'm not a wrestler. Okay, but I mean, we don't know. You're sitting here. You're sitting here saying how many times did he screw up a finish? Like, you're back there with the fucking script. Okay,
you're right.
So,
you're right. You know what?
I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I'm not a wrestler either. I can't talk about this shit. I mean, I'm not qualified.
But neither here nor there. What did you think of this match, Jimmy?
What'd you think of it? Like, I mean, entertaining? Were you entertained by it?
Well, what I thought about it, no, not really. They were going a little bit stiff on each other. I felt Finn Balor was a lot more stiffer onto Priest than Priest was on Balor. But other than that, I couldn't care less about it. And for the record, Zayn Vicious, she's from Prior Lake, Minnesota. There you go. Just FYI. So yeah, it was not a bad match. Not one of the best matches of the night, but probably the second shittest match of the evening.
Really?
Huh. So yeah.
Oh, I kind of like the match. Neither here nor there.
Yeah. Is it because you're Puerto Rican or
what does that have to do with what are you talking about, Jimmy?
I'm just, look at you guys. Me?
Fucking racist.
First of all, he's a Boricua, isn't he? Mr. Damian Punishment Martinez Priest, whatever.
Damn right he is. I
thought this was America.
Yeah, what's going on?
Why is he a priest? Why doesn't he come out and start like throwing holy water on everybody if he's going to call himself a priest?
He's the priest of wrestling. The wrestling.
The priest of what is a priest of wrestling?
He's the priest of wrestling. I didn't say wrestling. I said wrestling. What's your problem?
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, wrestling. Well, whatever. He needs to come out and start throwing holy water on everybody.
Right,
leave the gimmick for crying out loud.
I mean, if you have to. Just saying. All right, so let me see here. Let me just. I'm trying to pull this up.
Rhea versus Liv with Dom over the cage in the cage.
What did you guys think? What did you guys think about that, man?
I liked it. See, now that match I liked. I found that match to actually be entertaining. It had some good variety in the match. Dom, of course, being the focus above the ring. I thought he showed good character as far as acting scared. And then the door opens and then he falls out and he hangs there like a piñata, which no one actually said it on. No one actually said it on commentary, but we were all fucking thinking it. So like I liked it.
They did say piñata.
Oh, they did? Oh, okay. Well, I missed the piñata.
They did, yeah.
All right, well, that's good. They called it out, like a piñata. And then like the big reveal at the end with Raquel, I thought that was a good way to get out of Liv Morgan losing to Rhea Ripley. So, and it continues the feud. I liked it.
So here's the deal, Jimmy. Apparently, this was not the finish of the match. There's multiple news sources that state that, and it's been confirmed. I've confirmed this, that the match was supposed to end with Raquel coming into the ring, interfering, and Liv pinning Rhea Ripley, but the referee, Raquel made a mistake, and she was so blatant and so out there and so in front of the referee that he had to call the match a disqualification for Rhea Ripley. So it was a botched finish.
It looked awkward.
It did look awkward.
Right.
Even I turned to Aiden, I was like, a disqualification? This makes no sense. But
I thought it was a no contest, dude, to be fair.
Well, I'll say this. I enjoyed this match. I agree with everything Matt said. The spot where Dom falls out of the cage, everybody's butthole puckered. I don't care who the fuck you are.
I shit myself straight up, man.
What did you think of this match, Jimmy?
Dude, talk about that spot. First of all, what I noticed about this whole match, first of all, you got Liv's peaches. I mean, come on. That's one. Two, hanging off there like a pinata, dude. I thought he accidentally slipped, not
Me too.
knowing that his leg was chained or whatever the fuck was going on there, and he was gonna hit his head on the frigging on the floor. I thought he was gonna die, bro. I started thinking Owen Hart. You know what I mean?
It's great.
And when he just started hanging there, I'm like, Christ, thank God. You know what I mean? Obviously, it was meant to happen, but damn it, he made it look like he slipped and literally fell. So that looked good. Also, what I took from this match was, God damn it, Raquel, do not come out with a bra, like with no
Yeah,
bra
what was
on,
that?
please.
Yeah, and it
She's
was a
got
little
no
weird.
fucking tits, man.
Well,
Like they
I
look
mean,
like little fucking. I
yeah.
mean, sorry, I know I'm sounding like a sexist pig right now, but
No, it was uncomfortable for
come
me to
on,
watch as well. It was. I thought she was coming back with new gimmicks, but neither here nor there.
bro.
But
How can you be
enough of
that big, a Latina chick as well, and have no tits, man?
enough of the titty talk.
I'm just
Did you
saying.
like the match? I'm just. I know you don't like her boobs. Did you like the match at all? No.
The match was fine. Yeah, it was cool. Absolutely.
Okay.
But, you know, I just had to state the facts. Her tits took away from the match after that. I was like, damn it. Go back there, put
Okay,
something else on.
ridiculous. Oh my
Look at
god.
me.
Here we go. So Triple H
I like the
comes
raw
into the ring.
Matt, all right? This is where we say that.
Oh my god.
Listen, Triple H comes into the ring and he makes an announcement that this year's Blood Money, Crown Jewel,
Yeah, blood money.
will be champion versus champion. Both the women's champion and the men's champion will be fighting over. Well, for those watching on live on YouTube, this thing, this
Ugly.
thing,
Yuck.
this thing looks like one of those belts that you order.
Off
you know,
of the fucking, like, I won the fantasy football championship.
Yes,
That's what it is.
the side plates. So let me just break this down. The middle plate looks like one of the old. I can't remember what title it was, but I know NWA had a title with a front plate much like this, almost like the 6-man tag team titles from the NWA. And then the side plates look like big gold main plates. For those watching this thing, it is the gaudiest, ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. And okay, I mean, so you win this belt and you hold it for a year. Apparently 24 karat gold. These are not Swarovski crystals. These are diamonds mined by the cheapest of slaves. Apparently, I'm just assuming allegedly. This is something. I'll go with Jimmy first, and then Matt. Your thoughts on this whole thing with Crown Jewel and the belts?
Well, allegedly, it's got no hubcaps. The opinion over right there. Yeah, it's a hubcap belt, first of all. No, but for real, the one thing that I do think of is apparently 50 carats of diamonds on there. And it is a Triple H memorial belt. And what I want to see is, I think was it me and the vet talking about this, or maybe me and you? I can't remember, Ray. But we're talking about, wouldn't it be good if Braun Strowman comes running out with his belt, that the greatest. Oh no, it was Jeff actually. We're talking about it.
Well, he's not gonna be able to run.
With
He's
the greatest.
injured.
Is he? Is he actually? Well,
He's
whatever the
fucking hurt.
case.
He's fucking hurt, man. He may not wrestle.
Whatever
Look at Matt.
Whatever. He needs to come. He needs to interrupt this
That's
segment.
good.
Whoever wins his stupid fantasy belt, right?
Yeah,
And say, "Bro, I'm the real Royal Rumble champion, the greatest
this-
Royal Rumble ever champion."
in this wheelchair.
And then we have a real jack off match.
Okay. I mean, listen,
Okay. Well,
go ahead, Matt.
okay. First off, who the fuck cares about this stupid
Nobody
belt?
does.
No, this
Exactly.
stupid match. The fact that the crowd booed when he initially announced it. How come we didn't get a blood money chant? That's our blood money. I was very I was very upset with the fans. You know, the fans should have been chanting blood money, blood
We got it at
money,
Bad Blood,
blood.
though. Think about it. You think that was an accident? We got it at Bad Blood.
Oh, that
Think
was
about
definitely not an accident. They had to announce blood money.
Exactly. That's my point. Trust me. They knew what they were doing.
I'm just
100%.
saying, like, nobody cares. No, and I'll you know, we'll parlay this in when we get into Raw. But I mean, this just is going to, you know, create you know, a pause in WWE storylines right now, because now we got to cater to a foreign entity who is paying for the shows with the blood of people. Go ahead.
Allegedly. You're not gonna hit the button.
Allegedly.
All right. All right, so we move on, ladies and gentlemen. We have Gunther that comes into the ring and he talks about how he's gonna be winning this piece of crap. Those are my words. Anyway, and he, but then he also talks about his title defense with Sami Zayn and so on and so forth, and Bill Goldberg. Oldberg is in the crowd with his son that looks just like him when he was in college. Bill Goldberg,
dude, he's grown, man.
Bill Goldberg gets in the ring. Everybody's going fucking nuts, ladies and gentlemen. And then Sami Zayn attacks Gunther. So this is how we propel or perpetuate or whatever the hell P word you want to use. Hey, tune in for Monday Night Raw this week. So, that happened. Any quick thoughts before we move into the Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan? Oh, wait, did we talk about that? We talked about that already.
Waste of time. I mean, look, I like having the idea of having Bill Goldberg there, especially after Gunther telling Bret Hart to his face that Bill Goldberg was his favorite wrestler. So I like that.
That was awesome.
But the fact that they then tried to create a situation where Bill Goldberg gets into the ring with Gunther and now there's going to be no payoff. Like, I don't understand the logic in creating this part of the storyline. It would have just made more sense if Gunther had come out and just really put Bill Goldberg over. Like, something like that. Just talked about how he really was his favorite wrestler because X, Y, Z, because he was the most dominant guy and blah, 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 just like me. And then he can go back into doing the Sami Zayn thing or whatever. But it didn't make sense to put Bill Goldberg out there, put him in a situation now where there's not going to be a payoff because we're not going to get a Gunther versus Goldberg match. So
that you think, Matt.
Exactly.
What was the point of that?
Be careful what you wish for. Well, I think they will have a match.
Mm-hmm.
Because first of all, how ironic is it that we have a Jewish man, an Austrian/German man, and to make the trifecta, a friggin' Arab in that ring?
Yeet.
And if it all happens in yeet indeed, or yellow for that matter. But the point is, again, Triple H and his fucking little political games crack me up every time with just how things are done. So wink, wink to you, Hunter, just quietly. And second of all, Matt, I'm sorry to tell you this, dude, but it will happen. And don't be surprised if we get a WrestleMania 9.
Your track record of predictions isn't very high, so I'm not taking what you have to say.
I'm fucking very good.
Every time I've been on a podcast with you, you've apparently predicted something wrong.
Hold on.
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
What's going on here? On off the rails. We got 7 minutes. 7 minutes to break down the fucking main event. These guys arguing.
You remember this, Matt? You remember it? God damn it!
Yes, boy.
You remember it, Matt?
Yes, boy.
I got that clip too.
But
I'm serious.
I think Jimmy's right. I think we're gonna have a match. Wait, say that again?
Don't be surprised if it's like WrestleMania 9, though. Think of that.
I said I got that clip too.
I'm serious. I'm not gonna sit back and take this fucking shit.
That one too.
That's
I actually got that too, just quietly, but I won't play it. But I think something like WrestleMania 9 with Hogan and Bret Hart and Yokozuna. Do you remember that? Where Bret loses to Yokozuna and he's like, "Go get him, brother!" Like that, and then he wins the championship. I'm telling you, don't be surprised.
All right. Can we stop with the fantasy forum booking here? Can we move on?
If they do that, I swear to God, this is going to become a TNA review show.
Yeah.
Main event: American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
I threw it all away, and then I came back, and I won the title for my dad, but he is dead. My brother's not here.
Damn. Look, you got my girl laughing in the background hard for that one.
Sorry.
Damn, bro, that's cold.
Well, listen, guys. Adrenaline is in our soul here as we see Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, who I will say looked fantastic. My goodness, he trimmed down, toned up. He looked younger. He looked like I was telling you, God, Roman Reigns looks like Jimmy would just hit that. I was thinking about
hit
Jimmy
it, bro.
Right,
if I was a girl, I'd hit that in a heartbeat.
But they faced the Bloodline, the Samoan Werewolf, and Jacob Fatu, and of course the new tribal chief Sol Sikoa. All right, so I'm not going to talk too much about this. I'm just going to run down really quickly what happens in the end. We have Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. They win by pinfall. You had all this insanity. Cody Rhodes jumping off the top rope from the inside of the ring to onto the table to take out the Samoan werewolf. Freaking Roman Reigns. Ooh, he hits the speed. Dude, a lot happened during this match, and a lot happened after this match. Of course, we know that The Rock comes out and he does a 3 count like Drew McIntyre. So apparently he's a Drew McIntyre fan, and he does the Undertaker. You're dead. I don't know what that's about. Then he goes backstage on social media and cuts a promo about Fruity Pebbles and Dusty Rhodes and shit. All right, boys, let's wind this up. 5 minutes, man. Jimmy, we'll go to you first. What did you think of this match, man? Did you think this perpetuated this push forward, this feud for the bloodline? What the hell is The Rock doing there? What's going on? What is happening here? Jimmy, tell me, please.
First of all, I heard rumors that The Rock was in Georgia. So I was saying before he even turned up, I was saying it today.
That was a prediction. You made that one, Jimmy.
Oh, did I do it then? Oh, well, there you go. I called it. If I knew
congratulations. You read the same information. Congratulations. You read the same information on the dirt sheets that everybody else had access to, and then you want to claim you had a prediction. Congratulations. Go ahead.
Oh, shit. Actually, it was before the dirt sheets.
Sure, whatever. Go ahead.
But anyway, I'm watching you now, man. I'm watching you. But anyway, point is, I love the match. The match was a lot better than I actually expected it to be. Roman Reigns looked like $1 million. The best I've ever seen him, ever. He looked healthy, he looked great, and he looked in the mood. And I'm happy for him looking, this great. Second of all, The Rock, brilliant. I mean, he didn't have to say shit. All he had to do, come out like the final boss that he is.
I didn't expect
do the 3-finger thing, pointed to the 3 people in the ring that he was disgusted with, as he should be, because it's all about the family. What's Cody Rhodes got to do with his stupid family?
Nothing.
I mean, come on. Nothing. Get out of here. So him going like this, like the Taker, perfect. Loved it. He should be pissed.
I agree. I do agree with that. The Rock didn't need to say anything. And that's why I was saying, I feel like this actual match could have gone on, before, the Hell in the Cell, because if The Rock's not going to say anything, which is a good thing for him not to do, they could have then cut to a commercial break and come back, and then you do the Hell in the Cell match, and you go home with that. But I get it. The focus is on The Rock and Cody, and they're making that bloodline storyline the focal point as it has been for, the last year and a half, 2 years now, whatever it is that we've been doing this bloodline thing.
I like this. It wasn't the same old thing. I thought, how these feuds always kind of fall into the same category, or they have similar finishes. This was good, a good clean finish. I did like Roman Reigns, again, aesthetically, the way he looked. I agree with both of you guys. The Rock coming out there, not saying a fucking word. This has these little things. Yes, some of this pay-per-view was weird, and the booking was weird, but at the same time, this was on point. This was good. Rock comes out, doesn't say a word, gets the buzz going. Even though I have to put over that Goldberg had 1.4 million views on social media, and The Rock only had 1.3.
Oh boy!
So let's put
what?
I did like Jimmy.
No.
I did like the return. I did like the return of Jimmy, not Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy!
Here.
Yeah, Jimmy Uso. That's right. He made his return.
Forgot about that for some reason. Jesus, yeah.
I liked the embrace. You just like that. It's always sappy to see 2 family members. I love you. I missed you. And then they hug and nice.
Check this out. You want to know a deep cut, a super deep cut, and this isn't my idea. Somebody actually posted this on social media. So the last time Roman Reigns came to the ring as the champion, of course, Paul Heyman, the wise man, was there. And what would happen is Roman Reigns, and I want you guys to rewatch this, and you're going to see how deep a cut this is. Roman Reigns would walk to the ring, right? And then he would look over down at his shoulder.
I saw that.
And Paul Heyman would be there holding the belt.
Yeah.
This match, when he came to the ring, he stood at the apron, and he looked, and there was nobody there. And then he looked into the ring and just took a deep breath. That shit.
I saw that. I noticed.
Look, I'm doing The Rock. Look, you see the goosebumps? They're right there. The goosebumps. That was these are the little things, man, that make me love wrestling. I'm just saying. So this match was great, a great way to continue the storyline. It wasn't the same old thing.
It's like missionary position every single night.
Hey.
Beating off
what?
the dog is not appropriate when we have company.
Okay, I'm just saying.
But anyway, listen, man, all in all, really quickly, guys, we're about to jump into Raw now. We got about 30 minutes to go through this, and it's not much to talk about on Raw.
Oh.
What did you think of this? I like giving ratings out of 5 face slaps. What do you give it, Matt?
I'd say overall, based on the fact that there was at least, in my mind, 3 matches, storylines that played out. One had a conclusion, 2 continued to move forward, that being Rhea and Liv and the Bloodline, with the conclusion of CM Punk and Drew. I'd give it a 3.5 face slaps out of 5.
That's fair. Jimmy?
I'm giving a 5. Right?
Oh,
But that
wow.
sounds bad in a way. Because I'll give it an A, not an A plus, see? But why I say that? Because, first of all, it was the whole feel of the show. It felt like a big deal. Everybody was crapping on it, saying it was a B show, C grade show, blah, blah, blah. It didn't feel that way at all, though, man. At all. And I enjoyed it, really. I mean, maybe because it was short, you know what I mean? But I thoroughly enjoyed these pay-per-views. Sorry, man.
Let me ask you a counter offer. Do you feel like it, or counterpoint? Do you feel like, though, like the way this pay-per-view was set up, that it really crescendoed high at the point? Like if this was a roller coaster ride, we started off with this huge drop, and then it kind of felt like it took us a while to get all the way back up again toward the end of the match. So that maybe that was my thought, was like there was no continuous build of that momentum from a storyline and show-wise match to match flow. We kind of had a good match with the Hell in the Cell. And as you guys point out, we went to the Nia thing, so we kind of came down like really hard, and then it kind of felt like we were just waiting to get to the main event. Did you feel that, or because it sounds like if you're saying you give it out of 5, I'd like, where is your thought?
No, that's a good point actually, because it started hot, ended hot, so easily, absolutely. Because think about it, whoever was going next after the Punk Drew match, come on. I mean, they had big shoes to fill. Right. And unfortunately for them, that was Nia and Bayley, if I remember correctly. So they had no chance. And then after that, we didn't have, the highest sort of match quality either. But just the way it started and ended, hence why I'd give it a 5. But in this case, I'd say 4.5 because I said A, not A plus.
I do agree.
That would mean more like a 4.5.
I think I would agree probably with Mike Martin. He said, I think WWE didn't think this Punk match would be that good. That's probably fair. They probably didn't think it was going to be that good.
I wouldn't be surprised either, man. That's true. I was impressed at Punk in this match for real, man.
It's really, really good. I'm going to give it 4 face slaps. I thought it was excellent as well. Solid B plus, I guess you would say, or a solid B. Really good pay-per-view. Now, with that being said, and we're going to jump into Raw, Jimmy. I hope you got your notes ready.
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready.
WWE did book this pay-per-view, Matt, with like the main, like the dish, like the main meal, the heavy meal, right? And then what happens? In between that, you want to make room for dessert. So you go to the bathroom, you take a good dump. You release the geese, as they say here. Nobody says that. I just made that up. And then you have a wonderful dessert and you leave happy, maybe with a drink.
That's a weird way to get restaurant. I usually get the appetizer first, then I have my meal, then I have dessert, then I take a poop. So like I do all those in order.
Well, the appetizer was the pre-show, but neither here nor there, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. It's time. It's Vader time now, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to review Monday Night Raw, October 7th, 2024. All right, Jimmy, it's your turn. Jimmy looks shocked, a little scared. Jimmy, Raw goes from 3 hours to 2. Now, before we do that, I'm going to go over to my Twitter really quickly, because what I did was I put up a poll last night. I put up a poll and I asked this question. I'll put it up here really quickly, and I guess I'll close up the poll. Let me see. We had to. I literally put it up like at 3 a.m, so it's only like 35 votes. But neither here nor there. Check this out. I asked in this Twitter poll. Sharing it right now. Here we go. I said, after tonight's 2-hour Raw, did you enjoy the 2 hours, or do you already miss 3 hours? Poll
Wow.
results. And 54.3% of the people say bring back 3 hours, and only 45.7% of the people say 2 hours is just perfect. Huh. Your thoughts, boys?
That's interesting. Go, you go, Matt, first.
I thought 2 hours was a lot better. I thought the show flowed at least a little bit better. In fact, like I was almost like shocked that like the show was over when it came in because you're so used to it. I was like, wait, it's done? I was like, that was the last match? That was okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think like everything on the show was good, which we'll get into, but like I felt like at least like the 2 hours was better than 3. It was better. Like, you know, like if you're gonna get punched in the face over and over, 2 hours is a lot better than 3 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I gotta jump in real quick, Jimmy. I agree.
Go for it, please.
I just found this week's episode to be extremely digestible. We're talking about food and dinner and dessert and everything like that.
Take a poops.
And it's wonderful, bro, especially for me because I have to watch the show in replay. I can't watch it at work. And usually I'll watch it on the way home. So I just watched a little bit before I left work. So to all in all, without the commercials, the show is about an hour and 20 something minutes long. So for the first 20 minutes, I watched, towards the end of my shift as I'm changing and getting ready to leave, I walk to the train, I get on the train, and I watch, and I got home and there was no wrestling to watch because the show was over. It was done. I finished the entire show on my way home. It was wonderful.
Pretty cool.
And I will say this. Interesting how they booked this, very similar to the pay-per-view. What am I talking about? They started off hot with the title match, and then they ended off hot with the title match with stuff in between. Jimmy, let's break this down, Jimmy. Let's go. We got 30 minutes or less.
Okay, well, you know me, I can pull this off, no problem. But I want to say one thing though before I do get into it. I'm with cold-blooded, man. I felt like this show wasn't the greatest show, first of all, and two, it kind of dragged a little bit for me, even though it was 2 hours. But we'll get to that. Yeah, I don't know why, man, but that's just me. But anyway, let's start off with everyone's sexiest Red, shall I say? Even though she wasn't in red, she was in brown, I guess, brown hair or whatever she had on her head. But anyway, she introduced us to who was introduced as St. Louis's own. She welcomes everyone to the show to a big pop before they go right into the video package, recapping Bad Blood from this past weekend. Anyway, after that finishes, we start hearing and the cult personality hits the speakers. CM Punk very slowly walks out, limping and taped up everywhere. He does pretty much a big sell job for the brutality of Hell in the Cell. He went through just 2 nights before when the music stops, a loud chant of his name breaks out. Is it good to be not dead in St. Louis, Missouri on a Monday night or what? Sure, I guess. Punk, I mean, geez, at least you're alive. He says he's in, yeah. He says he's in no condition to be here, but he had come to see everyone. He's alive, but he doesn't feel like it. He's a winner, but he doesn't feel like he won. He wants to say that it felt tremendous stepping outside of hell and slamming the cage door behind him. But the way that match made him feel leaves him with a lot of questions. He doesn't know what the future holds for Punk. He told us he has 0 Hell in the Cell matches left in him, and he was right about that because he's pretty banged up. And
that made me laugh so hard at this comment.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I don't mean to interrupt you. This is the funniest fucking comment because it's almost true.
Yeah.
Canada Spaceman says, Ray's wife last night. What are you doing? Ray says, I'm watching wrestling for tonight. So go away. I have a headache. That's exactly what happened last night.
That was as good as good as Frank earlier saying, Matt's so high he thought this was the Monday locker room.
Yeah, Jimmy, I'm sorry, buddy.
That's all right, because I'm not looking at the chat. Obviously, I'm reading my notes. But anyway, he wants to thank 3 groups of people who have a lot more in common with each other than they care to admit. First, his fans, They showed up with signs, chanted his name for 7 years before he returned to wrestling, and waited even longer before he came home. He thanks them. There's never been a second he thought he could do it without any of them. And
No way.
secondly, his peers, the men and women that he feels privileged, blah, blah, blah. He's talking a lot of liquor pretty much. But after that, we do get a burn it down. But before I move it on, Ray, what's your thoughts on this little CM Punk promo?
It's great. He's one of the best in the business when it comes to talking. I
Best in
don't
the
care what
world,
Matt
Ray.
says.
Best
I
in
don't
the
care.
world.
I don't care about Matt's facials. I'm telling you what I feel, and I feel what I feel, and I feel that CM Punk is
Do you
the
feel a
best.
bulge down there?
Well, the second best in the world, because the vet's the best in the world, but the second
Right.
best in the world at cutting a promo. And I thought he did a great job. He came out, limped, people wanted to see CM Punk. We know CM Punk is in St. Louis, not only just to say hi to everybody, but also to be at NXT, which we'll be reviewing tomorrow morning with me and the vet, Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the US. So yeah, it was a good promo, solid. Seth Rollins coming out, as you said. And I'm thinking Seth Rollins going to smack the shit out of CM Punk. Is he going to do something to CM Punk? No, he just gives him a quick little bump, which is perfect. Goes to the ring and does his thing. But Matt, your thoughts?
So I'm not saying that CM Punk isn't like one of the best. I just disagree that this was
Second
like
best
necessary.
in the world.
Okay, second best. I'm sorry. I disagree that this was one of his better promos. I thought this was just a standard kind of CM Punk promo. He pandered to the crowd. He did all that. But let's be real. The whole point of this promo was for him to come out and in no subtle way tell us and the rest of the audience, I'm going away now for a couple months because A, I'm not going to do WWE Blood Money, and B, I just had this amazing feud with Drew McIntyre. So if I go back to a regular wrestling feud or something else, it's going to take away from that. So I'm guessing CM Punk goes away and we'll get him back toward the Royal Rumble.
I agree, and I'll disagree. I think we'll see him a lot more in NXT.
Okay,
like almost assisting Ava as a general manager type. You'll see tonight.
Well, yeah, we do have the Ethan Page thing to settle, so yeah, you're probably onto something there. And you're right, Matt. There's no way he's showing up at Blood Money, especially after all the shit he said in the past about it.
Right.
He would look like the biggest dumb cunt if he was to show up there. So yeah, no, I agree 100% with you, Matt, on that one. Anyway, as you guys said, though, we do bring it down, and yes, it is Seth Rollins. He walks out, walks past Punk as Punk is leaving. They have a brief stare down as Seth shoulder checks Punk on his way to the ring. No love lost there, right, guys? I mean, geez, we're gonna get that match in the future 100%. Anyway, Rollins grabs the mic and says he's got to do the right thing. And before they get started, he has to do the right thing. After everything he went through Saturday night from everyone in the building, CM Punk get well soon, because the sooner you get back is the sooner I can kick your ass and retire you for good, as he does the laugh right after that. Anyway, Rollins then goes on to say he's been gone a couple of months and things have gotten crazy around here. He tuned into Bad Blood and Dominic Mysterio is hanging from a shark cage. The final boss is back and hell must have frozen over because Cody Rhodes is out here teaming with Roman Reigns and getting punched in the mouth by Kevin Owens, but he's not supposed to talk about that. So anyway, whatever. He's going to get back on track, however, and he outright says it. He is back to destroy Bronson Reed. He says Reed isn't here tonight, but he knows he's somewhere watching and he wants him to listen real close. He gets right up to the camera and speaks right into it. Reed tried to ambush him 2 months ago and end his career, and for what? To make a name for himself? Well, congrats. After 6 tsunamis, Seth knows his damn name. So he goes on to end it like this. You wanted to get famous, big boy? I'll give you your 15 minutes as he challenges Reed to a match. Telling him the time and place, he'll fight him anywhere and everywhere.
Should have said fat boy, but okay.
Reed?
Well, Seth Rollins did his Seth Rollins thing. He did his little promo.
Seth is Seth. I mean,
I gotta say something. Considering the fact that this was a 2-hour show, I thought there'd be a lot less talking. That's one thing I'll say about it.
There was a lot of fucking talking, bro.
That was 20 minutes of the first show was this fucking promo. Was this whole situation with CM Punk and Seth Rollins? So almost 20 minutes of the first show. So
look, I'm not saying Seth delivered a bad promo. I just don't see the point if you're like you're guys talking about from a length standpoint. If Bronson Reed is not even there, I know you're sitting at home, so I'm gonna cut my promo, so you have to sit there and take it. Like, I mean, it could have been a lot shorter, but you know,
Yeah, exactly. Short and
I liked
sweet.
the
That's
Punk.
it.
I did like the Punk and Rollins minimal interaction. I mean, I think that's just gonna set up. I mean, we're probably getting Punk versus Rollins at Mania next year, so like they're planting the seeds for that.
Oh yeah.
So I like that, but I mean, overall, you're right. A lot of talking. A lot of talking, guys.
What else we got there, Jimmy?
Yeah, and before I move on, I just want to say it sucks to be Bronson Reed because now he's going to get squashed by Seth freaking Rollins, and then goodbye to his push up the
Oh, we'll
upper
see.
mid card. He's going to get straight back down to the lower mid, and then that's it. You'll
This
see.
is the Shinsuke This is the Shinsuke Nakamura playbook, right? I break your back, and then like you know,
exactly.
he gets taken out. So,
I mean, damn, where is Nakamura, by the way? Jeez, he's disappeared. But anyway, who cares about him? But next, we got an Intercontinental Championship match. It is Jey Uso, your champion, versus Xavier Woods.
you gonna play the button? You gonna hit the thing? Yeet? No.
Yeah, where's the yeet?
Yeah,
No yeet.
Sorry.
God damn it.
My bad.
There we go. Anyway, this match bored me to death, boys. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like this match. I just felt like there wasn't really any chemistry between these two, to be honest. Xavier Woods pretty much dominated the match, but Yeet Man himself, once he done his little super kick, and then he's finished off the top rope with the Uso splash, whatever you want to call it. Bang, 1, 2, 3. He retains his championship. MSG, I'll go to you first. What do you think, man?
I actually didn't dislike this match because it was only like 6 to 8 minutes. It wasn't like a really long
It was
match.
short, pretty short.
Yeah, so I thought it was a nice short little match as far as Jay Yeet defending the title. So I liked that, and then I liked the aftermath of it, where he gives a handshake to Kofi Kingston, and then Xavier Woods gets further pissed, like, why the heck are you shaking his hand? Like, I just lost the match. So like, I like the slow burn of the dissension that continues within the New Day, and I thought it served its purpose well here. And of course, then we saw the follow up with Braun Breaker attacking Yeet Man. So I thought that was a good continuation, especially after
Glad you brought that up.
While I didn't watch Raw last week, you guys and everyone else put over the fact that the promo was horrible, the promo battle. So like the fact that they didn't let him talk this week at all and just came out and beat him up, I thought it worked well.
So again, Jey Uso on the mic is less than mid. In the ring, I like Jey Uso a lot. I personally think I could see why people love the kid so much, why he's so, he's so charismatic. He's a very good wrestler, and it is what it is. I agree with Matt. I think this was a good, solid, short match. Nothing special. You got two storylines going at the same time, and everything was smooth. I thought everything went well. So again, you continue the dissension between Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. I'm going to put this out there, and a lot of people are saying that Xavier Woods will obviously, me and Jimmy, we talked about this, how he's going to get turned on. What if they both turn? What if they both go
say that?
What if I was thinking the other day, like during this match, I was like, wouldn't it be something?
People are thinking that now, Ray. Actually,
I was saying, I was like, what if, during the next match, Kofi loves his brother so much that, I don't know, he pulls a leg or he throws a weapon in the ring, or Kofi, like, kind of says, fuck this, maybe Xavier Woods is right, and they turn into a heel tag team. I wouldn't mind that.
I agree.
I
had the same thought last night as I was watching the match. I was like, I kind of want to see a heel New Day, and there's been, rumblings out there that Big E might get cleared and he might be able to come back. So like, if they brought him back as a heel team, like I think that would, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Big E, you think he comes out and he's gonna, like, put these guys, set them straight. Come on, guys, we can't do this. And then all of a sudden, they all three turn and just beat the shit out of whoever they're beating the crap out of or fighting with at that time. So like,
that will be
it's a whole New Day again.
And give us the old New Day with the old, the old New Day song too. I want that one too. I want the bad one.
Oh no!
Yeah, I want that one. I want that.
That
one
was
back.
bad, dude.
That
was really bad.
But really quickly, I think now the Braun Breaker thing, right? Braun Breaker coming in the ring and attacking and hitting the spear.
Oh, that's
that babyface turn.
Listen, I was also wondering. I'm like, damn, did Triple H, did the people right in WWE just like actually listen to the fans and say, we do not want a babyface Braun Breaker? And do you think this is kind of like a, you know what? Let's fuck this babyface shit. Let's have him come out. He's Braun Steiner. Have him come out, just fucking spear everybody and beat the shit out. And now we got a continuation again of this feud. So we got 2 feuds built in one 8-minute match. I thought this was lovely, Jimmy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Except it surprised me that Breaker did turn, heel again. But I'm thinking, did they do this as a swerve? But yeah, like Opinion Haver says, oh, you mean a heel New Day like they originally were? And they got so over, the crowd loved them for it?
Yeah.
He's
And they'll love
right.
him again. They'll love
Remember
him
that?
again. They'll love him again.
Yeah,
I'd
make the argument they've been a babyface for so long that them at least going heel would be something fresh. And I mean, they don't need to sell more merch at this point. Like, I mean, they made all the merch money that they can make, and they're going to continue to make it because it's still being widely, distributed throughout different, outlets, malls, stores, whatever. So, like, I think it would be different. But I get what he's saying. Like, when they initially did start as a heel, that did not get over. That team did not get over at all.
So
Yeah, no,
what else we got
and
there?
and Frank's Pickle Barrel's ass. Yes, Steiner was at Bad Blood just quietly. I don't know if it was at Raw, but he was definitely at Bad Blood.
He wasn't invited to
Anyway.
the cookout party apparently up in the suite. So
Nope.
Well, I wonder why. Yeah, to that exactly. I was going to break down what happened after the match, but I guess I don't need to because Matt, you did it for me. So thank you. So next we see Rhea Ripley. Oh, one more thing. Either they both turn heel or maybe Kofi turns even. Don't be surprised. But I'm leaning towards both of them turning heel now. There just seems to be
I would
a
like
lot of
that.
things pointing to that direction. But
You
anyway,
hear that out there, Stooges?
Yeah. Next, we see Rhea Ripley on a pre-tape promo said it was smart to recruit Raquel Rodriguez, but it would have been smarter if she didn't get caught. Now, all she's done is guarantee another beating. The thing is, you need Raquel, and now I'm just going to have to go through both of y'all as we see another video teasing the return of the War Raiders.
Okay.
So cool, I guess. Happy for them. See what happens and what they do with them in the future. Next, we see a catch up with Braun Breaker backstage, and he's asked, "What is the deal?" He was so respectful last week, and now he's acting like this. What gives? He just stares at Jackie Redmond and then just walks off. Cool, boys. Before I move on any further, anything to say, or should I just keep moving? Because I really don't have anything to say about any of those segments.
If you don't have anything, Matt, I just have one note.
Go ahead.
This has nothing to do with any of the guys. It has to do with Jackie Redmond, the backstage girl. I think she's doing a great job.
She is.
There's what was the young lady that she went to that she was with TNA? I mean TNA. She was with TNA, went to WWE, and now she's at AEW. The blonde chick. I can't remember.
Renee Paquette.
But not Paquette. Oh, was it Paquette?
Oh,
Renee Young.
DDP's
She was
you're
Renee
talking
Young.
about.
She was Renee Young, but then she
Renee
became
Young.
Renee Paquette. Renee Paquette.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yeah.
Jackie Redmond, I like Jackie Redmond. I like the way she interacts with the backstage people. She's not robotic. I think she's really good. So she came off as a star to me. And this, I don't know, this is crazy. We're talking about all these wrestlers, but there's something about a good backstage interviewer that makes things feel real and natural. And I think she's doing a really good job back there. So that's all I have to say about that.
You know what?
Hey,
She
Kevin
used to
Marty's
suck
here.
things
Kevin
back.
Marty. Hello, Kevin Marty.
Hey, Kevin Marty, how you doing, huh?
Good, Jimmy.
Anyway, she used to suck, I felt originally, but boy, has she improved tenfold over the last few months. She's actually grown into that position and pretty well. But anyway, next we see Wade Barrett. Sorry, Matt.
Was this the Dominic thing you were just talking about? I kind of zoned out there for a second. What were we just talking about?
That's some good weed, brother.
Well, yeah, kinda. Yeah, it was just a pre-tape bullshit about
gotcha.
Rhea Ripley talking about.
The Rhea Ripley pre-tape. Yeah, I watched that 2 times. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
That was good.
Anything to say about that?
No, it was fine.
Fast forward. It was all right. Yeah, it was fine.
All right. Cool. Well, next we see Wade Barrett was going to talk about Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes at Bad Blood, and Joe Tessitore ends up cutting him off to say that they were only going to show Triple H's post on X about it. They show Cody Rhodes walking backstage, apparently coming into the arena, and then they had some technical difficulties which at first I thought looked kind of legit, boys. But then we see, anyway,
It's
I'll keep going
the
till we
wide
get there.
six. The wide six, guys.
I know, but they didn't show no symbolism though during that first initial part with Cody.
I can see what Jimmy's saying because they actually acknowledged it. They were like, sorry about that technical difficulty. So I was like, oh
Right.
wow, did they actually have a technical? But then when you saw it repetitively, then you were like, oh, okay, it's the Wyatt
That's
six.
it.
Yeah.
They had to do the Wyatt bullshit right after that part. So
I gotta ask Matt.
that's-
Who do you think they're going after?
The Wyatt six?
Yeah, because I thought they were gonna go after
Xavier.
Xavier, but now I'm starting to think it may be Karrion Cross, and we're gonna see them soon. But
I don't know. Maybe they go after Bronson Reed after Seth Rollins and Reed have their feud.
I think they're going to go after Cody.
No, there's no reason to go after Cody. I mean, Cody's not even on this show. He's on SmackDown.
Right, but I've noticed they've got moral issues. Anyone that's got shitty like, have you noticed Cody's sort of looking a little heelish lately?
I hope so.
If anything,
there's a lot of tendencies with him.
If anything, I would think if they were going to go after, if we're just going to name somebody on different shows, but the first name that came to mind was LA Knight. Like, what's he doing? Like, that probably would be something to see if the Wyatt Six went after LA Knight, but I don't know what's going on over there. I forgot to watch SmackDown last week.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not missing out on much over there. Yeah. He's just feuding, with the United States Championship. But yeah, personally, I think there you go. Personally, I think WWE has no idea what to do with these Wyatt Six, to be honest. And they're just throwing it out there and just trying to buy time.
As I think it was pointed out over the last week or so on the Raw and SmackDown review, channelattitude.com, with Vince Russo, Ben Hamin, Stevie, they pointed out, like, they probably should have continued to do the QR codes up until, like, this month and then debuted them the month of Halloween. And then capitalized on Halloween, and then the selling of the masks and all that stuff. Instead, they debuted him, and now they are kind of, I don't want to say floundering, but as you were pointing out, like, what are they going to do? I don't know. It's very, very confusing.
You hit the nail on the head, man. They're floundering. I've been saying this for the last few weeks, dude. They truly don't know what they're doing with them, and they're just trying to buy time by doing this shit. Like, so we can all be second guessing him. But really, you're right. Halloween would have been perfect. That would make sense. But for whatever reason, I don't even think they're going to last too long. But anyway, we'll see what happens there. Where was I? That's it. Anyway, so yeah, we see the Cody Rhodes Kevin Owens interaction, which was the first time I actually saw it.
They showed it? They didn't show it.
I saw it.
Yeah, they showed it.
They did?
Yeah.
They showed it. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it. I had to watch it online. I didn't know they actually showed it on the TV.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Anyway.
Interesting. Well, anyway, so yeah, we see that, but then we go to the back again before getting to the match. They cut to Karrion Cross talking to the Miz backstage as a technical difficulty that was definitely the Wyatt Six came across the screen. That was 100% because we saw that. Miz was talking to Cross when R-Truth showed up to say he forgives Miz for last week.
That's probably who they're going after. They're going to go after the Miz.
The Miz, yeah, that might make sense.
That's probably what it's going to be.
Yeah, they're going after people that, like, their morals are not right, basically, but not heels in general. Just, I don't know. Anyway.
Oh my God, is R-Truth going to be part of the?
Yep.
He's going to be part of the Wyatt.
He's the new black sheep. Yeah, that makes sense. WWE.
Oh no, bro!
What I'm saying is that
the black sheep, literally. Oh my God, bro!
Remember this when he's like, I think you made a mistake. I'm not part of the Judgment Day no more. And then he does the whole. He thinks he's part of the Wyatt Six thing, and they just.
If they do that, and I love Truth, man, but then I'm gonna start getting Dark Order vibes, dude, and that's not a good thing. You know what I mean?
At that point, if he's going to join the Wyatt Six, I would rather just see R-Truth go back to little Jimmy R-Truth, be that heel version of R-Truth again. But he can call it little. He can say little Bray. Let's get dark. Let's go full dark. Have him pretend he's talking to Bray.
God, that would be funny though. If he's talking to Bray like little Bray.
Too far.
No, I think that works though, dude. I don't think anyone would have a problem with that. Why not? Bray would love something like that. And I actually think it would pop people, dude. For real. But anyway, we'll see. That's a good idea, though, man. I like it. Anyway, So, yeah, he's confused about what happened the week before, and he says that he forgives Miz, who must have been confused, thinking he's still in the Judgment Day. Miz says he wasn't confused, and Awesome Truth is over. Truth says their kids played together, man. Come on. How could he do this? Cross then jumps in to say Miz needs to handle this, or no one will take him seriously. Truth then says they can fix this, and he's going to talk to Adam Pearce to get him a match next week. Miz gets pissed and says they'll have a match against each other next week as Karrion Kross laughs as they walk off. And now that leads us to the next match. But before we go there, any thoughts on this little interaction? Is Kross finally going to get his comeuppance with his devil's advocate gimmick, Big Ray?
No, I don't know. Probably. I don't know.
It's a fair point, though.
I don't know.
No one knows. I mean, Matt, do you know?
No, I mean, look, WWE has failed time after time to either utilize Kross in such a way that will accentuate his craziness. They put him into these weird gimmicks, from Viking weird helmets to now he's in a Final Testament group that's not there every week. Final Testicle, I like the long hair look, so it looks cool, but we're not. What are we doing? He's just there. He's on the show this week. It's sad because he's great, but he's there.
He's just there, man. You're right. Again, just buying time because they're still figuring out what exactly they're doing with this guy. But anyway, that leads us to our next match, and this was a banger. And it's between Sheamus versus Pete, Don't Call Me Butch, Dunn. And my God, what can I say about this match? I mean, we knew it was going to be a hard one. And when I say hard, I mean physically hard. These two absolutely banged on each other. I mean, those cricket bats, shillelaghs again, and more cricket bats. I mean, there was even a picture of Sheamus's great uncle who looked like Sheamus himself anyway. There was even a friggin' bar in this match, as we've seen in the past. Anyway, the point is, this was the fun match of the evening, probably my favorite match of the evening.
Yeah.
And thank Christ, Sheamus does get the win, which was actually a creative finish in a crazy match, in my opinion. Matt, what's your thoughts, bro?
First off, Lab Red, I think Kross has probably become more of an emo kid from South Park, not goth kid, because goth kids are self-loathing and they want the rest of the world. Okay, I don't want to get into the difference. But I agree that Kross has definitely become a South Park character, one of those darker characters. In regards to what you just said, between Sheamus and Dunn, it was a good match. Good, I think it's interesting to follow up all like another DQ match after having a Bad Blood pay-per-view match with a Hell in a Cell the night before. It's kind of odd.
Right. That should have been on Bad Blood, in my opinion, because it was a Bad Blood type of match, right?
Maybe. No, I guess my point is, though, like, it's just interesting to follow it up. We've already just seen this amazing disqualification, hardcore, no holds barred, brutal, bloody match. Oh my God. And within 24 hours, we're doing another DQ match. It just doesn't really give the proper attention to this
I agree.
Donnie match, because like you still have the Bad Blood match fresh in your mind. So now you're going to compare anything you see to it rather than, maybe wait another week before they did this match or something.
Sure. That's a fair point. They could have done that for sure.
I fucking loved it. I really I was watching this shit and I was just like, oh, this is fun. It was a fun, like you said, Jimmy, it was a fun match for me. It was fun.
Absolutely, man.
And sure. I loved the way they actually used everything around them. Everything from the tables to the and I thought there was going to be like some cheap old barrels, but no, they were like legit heavy.
Oh, dude,
barrels.
That was thick. Yeah,
good stuff, man. A lot of fun, and you know what? Sheamus should have won. He should beat Pete Dunne, and he should continue to beat the shit out of Pete Dunne every single time they wrestle. Maybe Pete Dunne gets a win, but yeah, man, Sheamus should dominate this. Sheamus is bigger, he's stronger, he has way more. What's the word? He's been around longer. No, he's been around longer. He has not wisdom. What am I looking for?
Experience.
So, but I fucking quite enjoyed this match. I literally watched this and it zoomed by for me. I was like, oh, this is a long match, but it was fun.
It was great. It was absolutely great.
Really
fun,
fun.
It was a shitstorm, but it was meant to be a shitstorm. So all good.
Oh, and with the
But
hands. Well, hold on, with the hands tied behind his
oh
back.
my god, dude! I thought he was done after that. No
I
pun
thought he would
intended.
lose, but nope. He ends up hitting not one but two bro kicks, falls onto Pete Dunne. Well done, man. Excellent match. I really had fun watching this, and this is what wrestling's about. It's about having fun.
Absolutely. And I want to also report that after Raw technically finished, see the way they've done Raw Talk now, it feels like it's a third hour. They just went right into it without even calling it Raw Talk. And the first thing I saw as I was turning it off was Sheamus in the backstage interview, which was a great interview. He wasn't talking like his normal self. He was going, "Hey fella, blah 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 blah, Butch." He said, "Butch, I'm never gonna call you Butch ever again." He said it in a low tone, which I liked. He goes, "You've got my respect, and from now on, you're Pete Dunne to me because I respect you." And that's that. So
Stuff.
that was a cool little promo. Go check it out if you haven't, which was on the Raw Talk show right after Raw finished. So yeah. Anyway, next we see Kathy Kelly is backstage with WWE champion Cody Rhodes. She asks how he's feeling after everything that transpired. He says he can't speculate on everything that transpired at Bad Blood, but we'll see that on SmackDown, he's sure. He's just here to see about his Crown Jewel Championship business and see what it takes. He runs into Sami Zayn, who tells him he plans on being the guy Cody will face at Crown Jewel. If they need to talk about it, and then Cody cuts him off and says he really is just here to see what it takes, and he wishes Zayn good luck and says he hopes he pulls it off. I'm sure you guys have got nothing really to say about that. Anything? Move on.
I'm good.
No,
You're good, Matt?
That Cody was flown in to do that backstage promo and walk out on the stage later. Go ahead.
That's it. Anyway, we see another little show of the video of Judgment Day arriving earlier today as Raquel Rodriguez is driving Jackie. Raquel Rodriguez, was driving as Jackie pulls up to ask them about the controversy from Bad Blood. Morgan admits that Ripley technically beat her via disqualification, but she still has the women's world title, and she has Daddy Dom, and now she has Raquel too. So she's the only person who wins even when she loses. Jackie tries to ask if Rodriguez is officially a member of the Judgment Day. Liv doesn't want to answer, and yeah, exactly. And Dom says they should just leave as they get back in the car.
This was the dumbest thing ever. Like, they drove to the arena to cut a promo and got back hard. All right, we're leaving. You know what? No, we're not coming into work today, even though we've already gotten here. We're leaving. Goodbye. Okay. Thanks for coming to Monday Night Raw. Like, what was the point of that? Like,
yeah, that was stupid.
I am getting a lot of I'm getting a lot of Diesel and Shawn Michaels vibes between these two.
Yes. I said that too. I forgot to mention that, but I was saying that as I was watching it. That's exactly what we're getting. We're getting the two what was it? Two dudes with attitudes back in the day. Diesel and friggin' Shawn Michaels. Obviously, Liv Morgan is Shawn Michaels, and Big Daddy, not so cool Rodriguez is your Kevin Nash. But yeah, that's definitely what's happening. 100%, just a female version. So anyway, there's a lot of backstage bullshit going on here. But next, we have a little NXT interaction as we see Ava is in the building chatting with Adam Pearce. Then we see Ethan Page pulling up to introduce himself to the Raw general manager. He says he wanted to talk about CM Punk making himself special guest referee, claiming it was Punk who cost him the NXT championship. He wants it corrected. Pearce then said he didn't appoint him guest referee. Ava did, and Ava rebuked Page, saying she's off the clock and isn't going to deal with all of this shit. As Page wonders why he's here then, as Sexy Red comes in and Ava says, that's why. Page tries to introduce himself and Red curves him. He says, I've done better before walking off. I don't blame him for saying that. Anyway, I think you're right, Ray. We're going to have Punk in NXT. And that's where we're going to have a feud between Ethan Page and CM Punk.
I liked Ethan Page. I liked Ethan Page in this scene. I liked that he came in, that he dressed up as Adam Pearce with glasses and a suit and everything. I liked that. I liked that he threw the dig at Sexy Red because honestly, that's probably what a lot of WWE fans are thinking. Like, oh my God, this lady, she's here. Unless you're really into Pound Town. I don't know if you like that, then whatever. But I like this whole interaction. I guess I'll defer to you. To me, like I don't know. CM Punk on NXT, sure. I mean, I guess cool. I don't see the appeal, but I guess they gotta boost ratings on the CW. I don't know.
Ray, anything to say before I move on?
Nope.
No.
I gotta go to work.
Cool.
I gotta
Now,
go to work.
FYI, I was never a big fan of Ethan Page, but he's grown on me the last couple of years,
I love Ethan Page.
and I agree. I'm liking him lately, and especially I think he will be on the main roster a lot sooner than later. Anyway, next week I don't even want to talk about this match. I'm going to leave it to you guys. It is the Unholy Union and the Pure Fusion Collective versus Lyra Valkyria and Kaden Carter and Katana Chance and Zelina Vega and Natalia. It was basically big versus smalls. This match sucked. I was on my phone pretty much.
Let me just put up this tweet that Ben Hamin put up right after this match, and I'm gonna ask Matt to give me his thoughts on this. Okay, is that fair?
That's fine.
All right, so here's the tweet. It says this from Ben Hamin. You can follow him at Ben_Hamin. He says heel faction that needs heat to get established gets beat clean by throwing together NXT talents not ready for main roster and Natty. Pure Fusion Collective. Your thoughts, Matt? Because I thought the same shit. These girls are dead in the water.
These girls came out and they did the thumbs up thing. And I was like, what? We're like, now I'm getting a little mad. Okay, we're still in Orange Cassidy's gimmick. That's all he's got. Yeah. All he's got is the hands in the pants and the thumbs up. Yeah. Now you're still in his gimmick. And secondly,
that's Sammy Callahan's gimmick, right? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Is that what they're doing?
No, I got it. By the end of it, here's what it is. You know, the name's Pure Fusion Collective. I'm guessing they're big anime fans. So instead of doing the peace sign, they're doing thumbs up. That's what they're. It's an anime group.
If they're NXT, it would be great. I mean, when they go to Netflix, they just need to just all put up the middle finger. I'm serious. That'll be the thing.
That they are dead. That was not. They were not entertaining. The only thing I was entertained by was the redheaded Scottish woman because I would like to learn what she does for her free time. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so this was shit. I have nothing to say about this match, not just because I have to go to work in a few minutes.
It was not good.
Pure shit collection fusion. I've got nothing to say about this other than Valkyria and Carter and Chance and Natalia defeat Unholy Union and the Pure Kaka Collective. Anyway, it's main event time, folks. So whoopity whoop, it is Gunther versus Sami Zayn. And look, the match started off pretty slow for me. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't enjoying it at first, but boy, did it kick in eventually. And when I say kick in, I felt like the last 5 minutes was really the highlight of the match. Boy, was the fans really behind Sami Zayn. Unfortunately, he ends up going to sleep via the sleeper hold thanks to Gunther. But damn it, he made people believe that maybe, just maybe, he was going to get that win. And I want to say one more thing. Sammy is in better shape than I've ever seen him in, man. I actually think he's in great shape. And when he done that little dive, when he was going to do a suicide dive, then put the brakes and sort of bounce off the ropes back into the ring as Gunther moved aside, that looked great. I've never seen anyone do it like that before. But anyway, Sammy tried so hard, but just couldn't get over the line. Gunther is still your world champion. Matt, I see you shaking your head.
So, like, there was there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the match, but again, this was another inclination that I knew that Sami Zayn was not going to win. They're going to WWE Bad Blood next month, and Sami Zayn is not going to wrestle there against Cody Rhodes. So it's like you already announced that the night before. You already have Cody in the building to do his thing at the end. You know it's going to be Gunther and Cody. It's just a predetermined match. It wasn't bad. The guys work well together. You know, they know how to do the big man, small guy thing. And you know, Gunther looked strong going over in the end. So, like, it wasn't a bad match, but it was just a predictable match, which, again, was on Monday Night Raw, which is why this match was on Monday Night Raw, because I think we all knew the outcome. But, you know, and then afterwards, Cody Rhodes comes out and they stand on the entrance, and then that's how it goes off the air. So, like, Cody Rhodes comes out and he gets flown out to do a backstage promo and stand on the stage. Congratulations. Monday Night Raw. Big Ray?
Well, I'm just going to quickly say that, yeah, I mean, even though this was predetermined, I knew who was going to win. The best part about Gunther and Sami Zayn, and you're not going to get a bad match out of these two guys ever, is the fact that just for a split second, I said, shit, are they going to fucking have Sami Zayn win? And that's all I needed for me to enjoy this match. Sami Zayn looked like a fucking world beater, and I believe we left this match knowing that Gunther finally fucking respects Sami Zayn as a character. I'm sure he respects him backstage and everything like that. But great match between the two boys. We knew who was gonna win, but like I said, that little sliver of doubt did creep into my mind, which is the best part of professional wrestling, and a quite enjoyable main event for me, sir. Jimmy?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, look, it was fine. It wasn't as good as their first match, but this is a Raw main event, so it's all good. They don't have to pull out all the stops. But the last 5 minutes had all the drama and the storytelling of that match. I mean, that's all that mattered. They told the story in the match. Sammy couldn't wake up from the sleep hold. What I didn't like before we take it home, you notice they used to do the three thing with the arms, right? They put the arm up, down.
Yeah.
Now they just shake their hand, the arm, and that's it. Ding,
Because
ding.
they went to like the MMA format, where it's more believable. You just lift the arm. You don't have to do the whole 1, 2. No,
I know, but that's a wrestling thing, though. I mean, you know what I mean? They don't have to go all
I agree.
serious
I
and
agree,
real.
Jimmy.
Yeah,
I miss the 3 thing too.
Yeah,
You know what
I think we all
it's
do.
just a pro wrestling thing,
But speaking of the 3 thing, I gotta literally get out of here in 3 minutes. Now,
All right, let's take it home.
I don't think I have time to eat or do anything. Thanks, guys. I'm kidding.
Do you have time to eat?
Jesus, we have time to eat. Jimmy, put over your social
There you
media, my friend. Where can they find you? What do you got going next? And then I'll go me, and then we'll end up with the main event mafia here, Mr. Matt Schaffer.
Well, excuse me. If you want to follow me on the X, you can at DJ Mass Effects and also at the PWC Network. Like and subscribe right here. Most importantly, at Hamin Media Group YouTube channel, where please just keep sharing it around. We're getting there very slowly but surely on the 1,000 subscriber mark. So please keep sharing us around. Give us some likes and tell everybody to subscribe, because once we get to that 1K mark, that's all we need to do. And we're just under 100, just over 100 off. So please keep doing your thing. Like and subscribe at channelattitude.com. We're $5 only to get the realest, but the best talk in all of professional wrestling. And also at HaminMediaGroup.podbean.com for all our affiliate shows. And that's about it, other than all the shows that I've got going. This show right here, That Wreckage, every weekend, Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern with myself and That Vet, talking all things AEW, and of course, the Smack Attack with myself and John Enright also, and of course, this show right here at I Like It Raw with myself and you, Big Ray.
All right, so thank you, Jimmy, for that. I was just getting a message from the Pro Wrestling Reflection. They're going to be on this week. Tommy Wonder is back from his vacation. He was here hanging out with us in New York City. They'll talk about that. I don't know what show they're going to do. I didn't get a chance to read it because that's rude. So I apologize for that, guys. But yeah, it's look out for the Pro Wrestling Reflection this weekend. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, 11 a.m., I Like It. No, not I Like It Raw. The Next Level Wrestling Review with me and the Vet. We're going to go live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not forget, also, what else we got? I Like It Raw. We did that. We got NXT. I don't know. I had to say something, but I forgot because I'm rushing out of here. But I appreciate you guys. Follow us here on social media. We are 101 subscribers away from 1,000. So continue to help us, guys. We are continue to help us share, like, subscribe. Please share the link, guys. Let people know that watch wrestling reviews that we're here live, and the replay is here and it stays here every single week. So thank you so much, guys. I don't remember what the hell I was going to say, so I'll just let Matt put over his social media. Maybe I'll remember. Go ahead, Matt.
Well, of course, guys. Yeah, my name is MSG. You can check out my podcast, SMB, South Park Review, like my balls, on all podcast outlets. You can also, of course, check us out on YouTube at South Park Pod. Hit that like and subscribe button there. We're almost to our first tier of the 500 subs, so if you could hit that, that'd be great. So we could offer super stickers and memberships, which we're actually going to enable for HMG this next month itself. Whether or not we get to 1,000, we are going to be enabling super stickers and memberships here on the YouTube. So if you'd like to support that way, please look out for that. Check out the Friday Locker Room. Myself and Ben Hamin, each and every week, we break down all the hot news topics of the week. and review the world of the crazy world of professional wrestling. That's it. That's all I got for you.
Oh, this is what I remembered. Head over right now to twitch.tv / the opinion haver. Hopefully the vet doesn't get mad that we went over so long chopping into his time. But please, guys, if you guys are at work or if you're doing anything at home or if you're just kicking back, guys, head over and show the vet some love over at Opinion Haver on twitch.tv, where he'll be streaming something right now, which I'm going to be watching while I cook my lunch, my breakfast, and take a shower and shit and shave and do everything I got to do before I go to work. Matt and Jimmy, thank you guys for jumping in. Stay on after we go off air here so we can say our goodbyes. We literally going to take off our clothes. We're going to shake each other's we're going to shake genitals at each other. It's going to be awesome.
And you did the MSG show with no shirt on whatsoever.
Exactly.
Ya Allah to Ben Hamin. Ya Allah to you guys. We love you. God bless you. Stay safe. And yo, prayers out to our friends and family over there in Florida, man. We love you guys. See you next week for I Like It Raw. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Indeed.
This is the Hustler Rip Rogers. Yeah, it's fucking me. Yeah, and listen to the fucking Hamin Media Group. That's Ben Hamin Media Group from Rip Rogers. Go get him and go fuck yourself.
That's how I like them, pal. Hit you and quit you. Get on out of here.
Yeah, pal.